slapped on them. And that applies to every other police officer in that constabulary.
Yeah.
And the court says you will not engage in that sort of behaviour. That applies to the chief constable and right down to even the PCSOs and the control room operators. They will be committing a criminal offence if they breach that type of injunction.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of thing you can use against them. The police don't. Police, at the moment, except for the decent ones who know that people are pretty clued up. I mean, the ones that I term as sort of, oh, we can do what we like and nobody's going to stop us. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid people are a lot more savvy and clued up than they think they are.
Yeah.
They are beginning to learn very fast that there are laws that can be used to curb that sort of behaviour. And the police do need to remember that. If they don't, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid the police are going to get a very nasty shock. And I think that shock could come a lot sooner than the police think.
Yeah. As in criminal charges and stuff being brought against them, aye.
Well, they could be. That it's a very distinct possibility. They could also find themselves being made the subject of civil injunctions, which carry criminal sanctions if they're breached. Now, those what they call a Section 3 injunction under the Protection from Harassment Act. Those criminal sanctions pack quite a punch, and they are very effective against that sort of thing.
Yeah. Would
because
you
they can literally be tailored to suit the situation?
Would you be able to help us out and maybe write some letters to send to the police to maybe warn them of this or something? I don't know.
They can be warned. You'd have to send a letter. It's called a cease and desist notice.
Right.
It's the equivalent of a letter before action, which you have to send in civil cases. It's a requirement of something called the Civil Procedures Rules.
Yeah.
But it just said you are just desist from doing this. If you continue to do this, then an application will be made under Section 3 of the Protection from Harassment Act to the County Court for an injunction to be served on you.
Yeah.
And if you breach this, or if your officers breach this, then they will be subject to criminal prosecution. Now you can get there is the form you need for that is an N138.
Yeah.
You can download from the internet, and if it's breached, there is a form called an N139, which is the application for an arrest warrant for breaching an N138 injunction.
Yeah.
So yes, there are safeguards built into the law, but it's up to people to use these. The police don't expect you to do that. I mean, when I say the police, I'm not referring to the honest, decent officers that are still on the job. I mean, we need to support those because they're the ones who can bring down the ones who behave like thugs and are the ones who are corrupt.
Yeah.
So we do need to support those, and we do need to let them know, yes, we know you're decent, we know you're honest, and we support you, but we do need your help to sort out the thugs and the corrupt ones.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with everything you've said there, Michael. It's absolutely correct, man. Yeah.
The M138 and the M139 forms are the most important ones for dealing with the sort of behaviour. I mean, I've been helping a family down in the London area who have endured 20 years of abuse, assault, and other things from the Metropolitan Police. And finally, the Met's Professional Standards Director have finally started taking it very seriously after a judge caught an officer trying to fabricate evidence in a hearing.
Yeah.
The next thing the family heard was a phone call from detective commander or detective chief superintendent saying we've posted a warrant for the officer's arrest for serious misconduct. It was identity for the course of justice, which is a very serious offence.
Yeah.
But there are decent operators. They are beginning, but some senior officers are beginning to wake up to what's going on, and they're getting quite concerned about it. Yeah. They are trying to do something about it, but unfortunately, the corrupt ones tend to bully. The decent ones tend to get bullied by the corrupt ones.
Yeah.
It's an uphill battle.
It's like being in the school playground again with all the bullies in the playground, eh?
That's it. Yeah, That's an absolutely perfect analogy.
Yeah. Well, come on, you good cops. You need to start doing your job a bit harder and get these people told what they're doing wrong and put them right. Anyway, right, so I've got to talk to you a bit later about this. Because right now I'm absolutely knackered. It's like 10:30 at night, and I'm been working on this all day long, helping Glynis and things, and getting paperwork and stuff sorted. Ready for London tomorrow, eh? Now they obviously know I'm going to London. I've even put the address of where I'm going. So if it's that serious and there is a warrant for my arrest, they can come and collect me, can't they? Otherwise, they're going to have to wait because I'm a busy man. I've got a couple of gigs to do next weekend, and I'll go see what they're all about after that. Yeah, probably talking about maybe the 3rd or the 4th when I go and see what they want at the police station. But do you think I should have gone into the police station in the first place, being that there's no warrant or anything? First of all, they said wanted to talk to me about something personal, and they've hung about for 3 days. I mean, is this normal conduct? And then sorry, they've been to my house like 5 times now. And a couple of the times they've just hung out, and it's the same 2 police officers. Is that normal, or?
What you've just said is that is harassment. If it's the same officers each time, that I'm not. I mean, I've seen this happen myself when I was a 7 police officer. That is harassment.
Yeah.
Those 2 officers, and if they're watching this, I'm going to say this to them: cut it out, because you're in very real danger of getting prosecuted, even if it's by private prosecution. Or the very least you could be facing is a sack if you get caught. So cut it out. It's not clever. If it's you every time, or you're getting others to do it, just remember there are provisions in order to stop it, and they carry criminal sanctions.
Yeah. Another thing that it kind of reminds me of is I don't know, they're acting like trolls almost, eh?
Acting like trolls, that's harassment. It's the same thing. If they don't stop it, there are provisions in the civil and criminal to deal with it.
Yeah.
They just hope you don't know about it, because if you mention to them you know about Section 24A of PACE, their jaws drop, because they think, a lot of them think that people don't know about PACE, but when they realise people know about PACE, they start getting worried, because they realise, right, okay, the people know about that, and they know to use it. We're stuffed.
Yeah, it's.
They're beginning to realise that people are now cluing themselves up with the applicable laws and how to deal with bullying, how to deal with harassment, how to deal with illegal conduct by police officers. The decent ones, I think, from what I'm hearing on the ground, a lot of them they're very relieved that people are getting clued up. But they're also getting very worried because they don't know what sort of situation is going to arise from it. But I can tell you, of the bullies and the corrupt ones that think they've been getting away with it, they're beginning to get quite worried. Because they're just waiting to see what the public are going to do to them. I don't think they'll be violent, but I think the public are going to let them know in no uncertain terms that we're not going to put up with so much more.
Oh, I don't know what's going on with it all. I'm gonna just calm the dogs down for me, please, a minute. Going crackers. I'm just gonna phone up Dave, just to. All right, Dave.
Right.
Did you get the names of these officers that have come round?
No, I didn't know.
You didn't. Now, was it the same 2 officers that have been keep coming round?
Yeah, one had a bald head, the other's got short black hair.
And you've never even thought to ask them the bloody names, or film them? You'll have to do that for me in the future, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been the same 2 police every time.
Yeah, same ones every time.
And you say they've been sitting at the bottom of the street.
Yep.
And waiting for me.
You know where the school is, we've been sitting there.
Yeah, at the bottom of the street. All right.
Yep.
All right, mate. Try your hardest to video them next time they come round.
Yeah, I will.
All right, I'll speak to you soon, buddy. Thanks a lot.
No bother.
Alright, cheers, mate. There you go, yep, it's definitely the same two police officers.
Yeah, that's harassment. If it's the same two every time, then that is harassment.
Yeah, it's like they're targeting me on a personal level, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, unless you've got lawful reason for doing that, no, that's harassment.
Right.
I mean, before when I was in the job, harassment was something that was dealt with internally. Now it can be dealt with externally. There's the laws that are now in force that can deal with that sort of thing. They're quite tough.
Yeah.
But a lot of police officers the corrupt ones, and they're getting so complacent.
Yeah.
They seem to think they're untouchable. I'm sorry, but this is going to come as a nasty shock to some of them.
Yeah.
They're not untouchable. I'm afraid they're very vulnerable. They're very vulnerable to private prosecutions. And there's a guy going privately prosecuting somebody in the sort of, well, I think it's the home counties. And even the judge and the CPS are crushed with the case this guy's got.
Yeah.
So yeah, the police officers, the ones who are doing this sort of thing, they want to get into their heads. They are not above the law. They're not immune. They're not going to get touched. They are eventually. Justice is going to visit them, and when it visits them, it could devastate their lives.
Yeah.
So they do need to bear this in mind, and the decent coppers are watching this, are crying out loud. Those are millions of people who will support you. You just need to make yourself known to them. And they will help you, and they'll help you deal with the bullies and the corrupt officers in the job. That's what coppers call the job they do. It's called the job.
Yeah.
I still refer to it as a job, and I've been out of it for quite a few years now. But yeah, just remember there are a lot of people who support a decent, honest copper, but we need you to take down the corrupt officers and the bullies.
Yeah, that's a very powerful message coming from an ex-police officer. Right, anyway, Michael, right, I'm going to get off for now, and we'll see what comes of this after we get on with the paperwork side of it and see if we can get this sorted somehow. All right, over and out, YouTube.